Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. So coming back again with Hunkydory Humour, this time with the Who's Counting. So we've got the age is just a number, just a really high old number with creaky bones. And then you've got remember the days where you could get up without making a noise, good times. Brace yourself for some upsetting news, the 90s were not 10 years ago. And Born to be Wild till about 9 PM or so. So, and the coordinating cardstock that I've picked out from the Happy Days edge to edge foiling pack to match this pattern. I've got the leopard print. So I have got a new sort of card fold today. We'll see how it goes. I've sort of practiced it a few times. So we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to need to get that little arm out. So I'm going to take two pieces of my 6x12 card, and I'm going to cut one piece to 6x6, and I'm not going to use that piece, that's going to be a spare piece. And then my second piece is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8x6. Again, we've got another spare piece of card there. So let's pop that out of the way for a second. So the 6x6 is just the back of the card, so we don't need to do anything with that one at all. I'm just going to be working with this 8x6, and I'm going to score. Let me just bring that in. So I'm going to score at 1, 2.5, 5.5. and 7. So you should have a space that's 1 inch, 1.5, 3 inches, 1.5 and 1. And this card, when I found it online, it did have a name of a double gatefold, but I don't think that really suits it, so I'm just going to call it a fun fold. So I'm just going to give those a little fold back, giving them a really good crease down as we go. Okay, so just wondering why that's met a little bit over at the bottom, but we'll live with that. So that is that sort of mechanism there, and this is going to go straight onto the back of my card. So what I'm going to do is just bring a little bit of red liner tape just to hold it in position, but I will use my Clout all-purpose glue for the main part. As you can see, it's just a tiny little piece of red liner tape, so I'm just going to pop that on the back, and I'm going to try and get that red thing off me. There we go. So Clout all-purpose glue, just going to give that a good squiggle around, and then I'm going to pop this on my little mat, and where the so this should come over 1.5 inches, so I should be able to line that up if I've got that nice and straight with the 1.5 line there. Just making sure that's flush with my card. I give that a press down. That should be in the middle. So that is in effect the card. So now it's just the decoration sort of side of things. If you wanted to, you could, rather than mounting this onto a piece of card like I've done, which is like the example I saw, you could just go ahead and put that on a 6x6 card, and then just have this element coming forward. It's up to you. I decided to do it as it was on the example I saw. So you know, you can obviously mix it up if you want to. So I'm just going to grab some gold mirror card. I need 2 pieces. So I'm going to be decorating this panel, and this panel. Okay, so these two outer panels, which are 1.5, obviously we'll be taking 2 notches off, and this panel down here, which is 1 inch by 6, I am going to be doing with plain cardstock, plain adorable scoreable, and then this piece here in the middle is going to be the leopard print one. So let's start by doing 2 pieces that are 2 notches under 1.5. Actually, what I'll do, just to make this simple for myself, let's cut that. That's already 2 notches under 6. Okay, it's already 2 notches under 6, so we're going to cut that 1.5 minus 2 notches, and that should fit quite nicely onto that panel there. And obviously I'm going to need another one of those, so you're going to need to do 2 of everything. That one's going to be there. This one here is also 1.5, so we need to do that another 2 times. So that's going to be that one. That's going to be that one. And then if you wanted to, you could use your little offcuts up. I'm just going to, just for quickness, use another one. We just want 2 pieces that are going to be 2 notches under the 1 and 2 notches under the 6. So that's going to be 1, and that is going to be 1. The other one, so 2 notches under 1 by 2 notches under 6. It's not fitting quite so well. Did I not rotate it? Obviously not. So that one will be the same. Where are you? So 2 notches under 1, 2 notches under 6. And that's going to go in my bit box. Okay, so for the plain cardstock, I had a look through the adorable scoreable I had, and I picked this yellow. It's got kind of an orange sort of tang to it, so I kind of felt it did go quite well with this orange rather than picking a straight up orange colour. So what I'm going to do is cut this down to 3/4, 5 3/4, and then I'm going to cut 2 pieces that are 1 1/4. Oops, raining frames. I don't know if I can get that right back in the same place. Just going to cut that again because I don't like this. Do it on this side. So 1 1/4. I don't like it when it cuts it fuzzy. 1 1/4. And that should fit onto these pieces quite nicely. So we've got 1 there, we've got 1 there, and I also want the pieces for here, so I'm going to cut 2 pieces that are 3/4 of an inch for my top pieces. I need a new blade, it's not as good as it used to be. So those go onto there quite nicely. Save that for another time. And then this piece again, I'm going to cut down to 5 3/4 because that is the length. And then I want 2 pieces again. Let's do it this way because it worked out better for me before. 1 1/4 just for those pieces underneath there. You will just see a hint of them when it's closed, but you won't even see this unless you're looking at it from an angle when the card is made up. There we go. So let's just check they fit on there quite nicely. Yeah. Okay. And then we've still got a piece there that is just under 6, so plenty of scope to cut that out and about. Okay, so let's drop my scissors and bring these bits over. So let's start doing some gluing. So the glues I'm going to use are my Clow all-purpose glue and my Clow tacky glue. I'm not using any papers today, so these should be the only glues that I need on this card anyway. Haven't quite decided what I'm doing on my second card yet. So I just like to use a little bit of all-purpose and some tacky on the ends. And then I'm just going to pop that in. Give that a good press down. Just make sure that's sitting where I want it to be. Obviously you could emboss this. I know Hunkydory's got some new folders I think this week coming. I'm sure I saw that on the week ahead. But they've also got those lovely dotty and stripy ones that they did before. I'm sort of obsessed with Spellbinders ones at the moment, so let's just pop this around and do this second one. Watched a little bit of Crafter's Companion Birthday today. They've got a nice Vegas kit. More excited about tomorrow, to be honest. I think it's the new letterpress using the machines. So I'm gonna have to have a little look at that because I have got the Spellbinders one, but I have to use it through. I haven't got a Spellbinders Platinum machine. I've only got my Grand Caliber, the original. Actually, it's not the original, it's my second one because my nephew broke the handle on the second one. Not on purpose, he was using it and just didn't use the right sandwich. Just thought he could be quite macho and get it through, and then the handle snapped. So, but it's always a testament to the machine when you go straight out and buy another one exactly the same though, isn't it? So that's why I'm on my Grand Caliber number 2. The better press, I find I use my Big Shot, which is the first machine I ever bought, first die cutting machine I ever bought, and I think the impression is a lot better with the Spellbinders one. For some reason, when I see samples online, the impression looks a lot deeper than what I get with the Big Shot. And my Big Shot is really quite old. I mean, like I say, it's the first machine I bought for crafting. So that must be a good 20 odd years ago when they first came out. And to be fair to it though, when I got it, I'm sure I've said this before, when I put it together, something happened with the handle, and like the thread on the handle, so the handle's not securely screwed on, and because I knew that I'd done it somehow, I'm not quite sure how I'd managed to do it, but I did it. I just felt too bad about taking it back, so I've kept it, and even with the handle attached on the wonk, if you like, it still cuts perfectly well. But I have got a little Spellbinders, I've got a little Scout, because I thought it would be better for me to sit in the living room of an evening and cut bits out. It's in the living room, but I haven't used it too much, I have to be honest. I do need to use it more though, for sure. It is a super cute little machine, and it does work, you know, it does turn very easily, the handle being a manual one. Right, so I'm just working my way through these layers while I'm chatting nonsense to you, and just popping these on. See, that one's gone for a wander. It really shouldn't do that because of the tacky glue, but lately some of my layers have been a little bit naughty. You could use your dotty tape pen as well, or your, not dotty, just the normal one, if you prefer, whatever tape you prefer. I've just always crafted with wet glue, so that's my go-to. Okay, so that is how it's looking closed. Let me grab at the topper, and I might cut another little sliver from that. Alright, so the topper is this one here, which is matching with the orange. We've got a don't grow up, it's a trap. We've actually got a border here which is saying you're a wild one. So I'm just going to snip that out at the side here. I'm sorry, you can't see it. Just see my hands, can't you? Just snip that out in case I want to use that. So my thinking was something along those lines. Maybe cut a little border of that just to break it up, that sort of yellow. Or we could steal the border from the other one. Let's steal the border because I'm not sure if I'm going to use them all. Bear with me 2 seconds, I'm just going to grab that. Okay, so I've just literally just torn it out. Let me grab my little guillotine for this one, just because sometimes it's easier with these. Yeah, so I'm going to just take that off and cut that down to 5 3/4. Keep the little bits. And I'm going to do the same on here, just take a little bit off there. And then take that down to 5 3/4. The other thing I'm going to do, and you're going to have to forgive me because I haven't got a gold insert pad, but I got this one from the birthdays. It's silver foiling, so I would prefer gold, but it's going to be fine. I'm just going to take, just while I've got this here, take this down the 3x4 mark that way. And then I have to guess where the 6-inch line was, which is this 1, 2, 3, 4th line down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just checking it should be the same on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Hopefully that should fit inside quite nicely. And that is the beauty of a trim lead pad. Okay, so I've given them enough time now to settle. So I'm going to start with this piece here, which I'm just going to pop in the middle. I actually think what I'm going to do is just do a little gold mat. Should be there. So I'm just going to go just 2 notches under the 3. And this should be 2 notches under the 6. Hopefully that should fit on there quite nicely. think what I'll do is pop these in first of all. So I'm just going to pop that inside there, making sure we're away from any of the creases, but it should fit in there quite nicely. And I'm going to use, I said I wasn't going to use my dotty tape pen, but then I've forgotten about the insert, so apologies. So rather than putting wet glue on the corners of the paper, because it's made of, it's got that water content in there, tacky glue, so you can just sort of pull your paper up as it soaks in and dry it into a weird bubbly thing, which I don't like. So obviously if you wanted to decorate here you could do, I'm not going to, there's my insert in there. Now we'll do those bits last, that one. So we're going to do this bit next. So my thinking with this is that this is going to open a little bit with the card, but it's going to fold down flat. So if I put that flat on there in the middle like I normally would with a gatefold, when I open it up it's going to be weirdly off to the side, and I don't want that. I want this to sit sort of in the middle, but also what I need to make sure of is that this doesn't come over this sort of edge here. So I'll still want it to fit in the card. So I'm thinking if I go to around about the edge, or just come over a little, it will look a little strange when the card is closed, but when it opens up it is going to sit more in the middle. So I'm thinking probably a little bit in from that side is going to be fine. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of tacky glue. I'm not going for any depth on here because we've already got that in the folds. And I'm going quite high because I've got that sentiment coming on as well, which I will do on the opposite side. So let's put that nice and straight so I can see if it is straight. Feeling like that is. And then when the card is opened, it's going to sit onto there quite nicely. Okay. And then this one, we obviously want on the other side. We're only going to have a little bit of space to put on there. But I'm thinking around about there should be fine. Okay, so no, don't need to move. With a line of tape probably would have been better. So while that's settling, I'm going to leave that like there. I think that's going to be okay. I'm going to pop these little borders on this inside again with tacky glue. As I said, all that dimension is in the pop-up element of my card. So I'm just going to break up that yellow. And I'm going to have those text facing in. Just pop that along. Obviously we've got some gems and things to do. So I think that's about equal, so I'm happy with those. So let's grab some gems. Now I don't think I've got any orange ones, but I've got these, I think these were volcano glitter ones. So I'm just going to pop, maybe what we've got, we've got 4 little ones, haven't we? So 1 in each corner. And then just because you know I like to, please just move you along a little bit, come on. Just because you know I like the odd one, I'm going to pop a smaller one just on the inside. Okay, so let's pop that out of the way. So like I say, when this card is folded down, it's going to be like so, and then it will pop up like so. It will be displayed like so. You can see all of that dimension there. And that is a fun fold. I'm calling it a fun fold because it is. I don't think it looks like a double gatefold. If anything, it's just a single gatefold. But there you go. That is card number 1. So I'm just going to get it set up for card number 2. Okay, so for card number 2, I'm going to bring in another one of this sort of 5x5 card blank scalloped edge one that I found. So let's bring in my scoreboard, and I'm going to score it at 2.5, and then I'm going to score it up. So I'm going to do like a reverse easel just for a slightly different look, and I'm kind of getting into these sort of smaller cards now. I'm really quite enjoying them. So let's pop that out from there, and I think I will just use some of these little mini maps again. I know I'm going to be quite wasteful with it, but they are curling a bit and I want to open a new packet. Okay, so for the inside, you can't go 5x5 because of the scallop, so I'm going to go, let's try 4.5. Obviously these little pieces we can keep. Let's try 4.5. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. This here is 1.5. That's going to be too small yet. Of course it is. What's this piece here? Let's have a look at this rather than wasting another one. So we're going to 4.5, and that was 2.5. So let's try 2. I think it needs to be 2.25. Let's try that just slightly bigger, just because this one is a little bit fuller. Even then, when I have rounded the corners off, it will look better. So that is there. Put those pieces into that little bin there. So for the bottom, I think I'm going to come in with that cream again. So we did that at 4.5. So I'm just going to take 2 notches off that. 4.5 minus 2 notches for the bottom. So I'll go in my bit box. Should fit into there quite nicely. Yep. And then for that top piece, which was 2.25, I think we did it at in the end, didn't we? Yep, 2.25. So I'm just going to go 2.25 minus 2 notches with this gorgeous purple, and then that will be 4.5 minus 2 inches. And then that one should fit onto there quite nicely. That's going to go up there. Nice. Okay, so let's pop that out of the way. We do not need anything else. I do need a corner rounder though. Oh, have I just found my little one? I don't think it's the little one, but it's definitely a Hunkydory one. Let's see what that looks like. go around all of these edges. Struggling through that cardstock a little bit, to be honest. Just neaten that up. There we go. Let's see how it gets on with Adorable Squirrel. Again, struggling a little bit. But it could just be the strength in my hands, to be honest. That's that one. That one. And that one. It's just going to soften those edges because we've got those curves on the those scallops. My little bin. Okay, so let's pop this together, and I'm going to use my all-purpose glue, tacky in the corners. So we've got a nice even edge all the way around. I'm going to do the same on here. And then this one I'm just going to go ahead, pop straight onto my card. And I can go right down to the edge with it, on this edge here, so it's not going to be a problem. And that is my first piece. And then this one, I want to bring in a little bit of purple ribbon. Now, I did not get this beforehand because it's just occurred to me. Lastminute.com. Let me just grab a little bit of ribbon here. This will be fine. It's a very good match. And it's tangled up. Why are you all tangled up? So I don't know why I'm suddenly favouring these big scissors either, but oh, it's because the other ones are slid down there. And I want a piece to do our bow with. So let's pop that out of the way. So my usual sort of process with ribbon, I usually use a little bit of tacky, super sticky tape. Some people just like glue. We haven't got any right or wrong way on this one. I want the ribbon to sort of be down by the base. So just get rid of those bits of string. Just going to pop that on. Feed that across. I want that to be around about the same place, that's fine. Just bring my little scissors in, otherwise I will keep using those. So usually I like to put a little bit of tacky glue underneath and on top of my ribbon, and that not only gives it an extra bit of stick to stick it to my card, but it will stop the fraying and stuff. So now I can go ahead and pop this to my card. like so. So that's how our card is looking at the moment. Then if I bring in my toppers, I think probably we'll just go with the purple one. And the little sentiment, which is, wow, not gonna lie, you've aged. And this is just going to come down onto there. So I'm just using that as my easel, not putting any support in because this is quite a thick one. I do need some foam pads which have disappeared, so let's just grab some fresh ones. I was doing some bits, doing lots of bits in here yesterday. I've been sort of sorting out through my dot and do dotty design sort of kits, making them into cards, and I've now got a little section on my Pinterest for them. So if you don't know what dotty design are, it's a bit like diamond painting but it's on cards and it's with stickers. You get a pattern and you can put your stickers on. You can either do the sparkles, which is kind of, it's supposed to resemble sort of cross stitch in that you have these little square, they're not square, they're kind of diamondy shaped, and then when you put them on the pattern it's supposed to look a bit like cross stitch. Or you've got the other ones where the name escapes me, but it's different shape stickers and you build up a picture. I actually do prefer those to the sparkles because I have to use a magnifying glass with the sparkles. So let's just bring that down like so. Hoping they're not showing, that's fine. And then for this one I'm going to need some 2mm foam pads, which is going to be here. Just a bit of extra depth for that topper to get behind. But I like the other ones. Oh, I love the sparkles. I like doing them, but like I say, I have to use my magnifying glass. And that being said, I just bought a new kit from, I think it's All About Sparkle. The other ones I like because you can use a light box with your pattern. I've just bought some more linen card. Just trim out a bit of foam tape poking over. Yeah, you can use the light box, and that way you're not really, you can use the pattern again and again. It's harder with the sparkles because you can't see the colour through the light box so well. Well, I can't on mine anyway, so I have to use the patterns that come with them, although I guess you could photocopy them and print them out onto a linen card or something, but I haven't been. I've been just using those up. I used to buy I think it's like a Dutch magazine, and it used to be full of patterns, piercing patterns, and then you go and do the sewing, because I know Dotty Design, they do, as part of Find It Trading, but they also do the sort of sewing patterns as well. But yeah, and I used to buy a magazine that had all the sewing patterns in, and I used to photocopy them all and then print them out and do them. So I've still got all of these magazines. I'll have to show you one day. Okay, so for my ribbon, I've just tied a little bow with that bow maker, popped a little bit of my all-purpose glue, no, my tacky glue. I'm just going to pop that on there. That will take about 10 minutes just to set. Now I need some gems. Now ideally I would like some light purple, but the ones I've got are dark purple. Let me just rattle away here. Green shimmer gems. Got those shimmer gems. Got some pink ones, and I think they would really go so well. Apologies, I haven't really thought this part through. I've got those pals. Those. So let's have a look what else we have. Got some gold, got silver sequins, got some little stars. Got those ones, Kina Cake ones, which are green and a bit of pink. Some normal gems. I think what I might do is, just because I can't find any purples that I like, I might either go with those shimmer gems or with some gold mirri. Let's have a little look and see how these look. I really like these shimmer gems, which will look better. I'm thinking the mirri will. Yeah, it's going to be the mirri which is going to show up more. Okay, let's pop these away. Some of those into my tray. I'm going to pop 2 down here. Want 2 same-ish size. No, let's go 2 different sizes. So we've got a bigger one and a smaller one there. And then on this side here, we'll go with a medium-sized one. So I'm hoping that's going to stay there. Didn't put too much glue on, so it should do. But let's pop one onto there, and then I can just, hopefully I should be able to take that clamp off and show you. I'll put the clamp back on afterwards, once I've taken the photos and things. Ah no, let's come off. Let's do that again. And I do find that happens sometimes, so if that happens to you, don't think you've done it wrong or anything. Sometimes the glue is just not in that right place to, and I find the glue dots come off. That's just been my experience of them, but I think that might be just my my environment. Sometimes it's warm, sometimes it's moist, you know. But let's just pick that up so you can see. Excuse the clamp. Oops. Go that way. But that will sit quite nicely on there for a little reverse easel. So that's that one. And then I'll bring back in that other one, that little fun fold. As you can see, that will go down quite nicely. It'll look weird when they take it out, but obviously they'll see that it will pop up and you've still got your place to write in there. You just fold that out, or you could even just fold those down and write. Okay, but that's it for today, because I know this card did take a little bit of time. Don't like the videos to go too long for you. Still a couple more to come from this humour, and then we'll come back with that club gift, which is quite nice. I really do like it, so I think I'm going to enjoy making cards with it. I'd say the beauty about these toppers is you can get that adorable scoreable in using it. I mean, like I say, I could have embossed any of these. Any of your duo design pads are perfect to use with them as well. I know the example they used with this one, they'd cut out loads of numbers all the way around. But I'm kind of thinking, you know, keep that one quite nice and simple. Nice little cute little 5x5, and using those scallops up, which you know, is another part of my mission at the moment, is to use up all of these little card blanks that I've got, because there's so many of them, some of mum's, some of mine, and still coming across them when I'm going through things as well. There's millions of them. But anyway, that's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks as always for your support. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. But until then, happy crafting. Bye.